Welcome to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground with Lisa Eve. Hi, I am Lisa Eve, here to help you reconnect with your inner wisdom, heal your heart, and live with more love and joy. Life isn't always easy, but what if it could feel lighter, more playful, and more you? In each episode, I'll share real talk, soul insight, and messages I'm guided to deliver. These are reminders of your power, your worth, and your ability to grow through anything. We'll explore self-love, spiritual connection, healing, and ways to bring more love into your everyday life. So let's take a breath, open your heart, and let's begin. Hey everybody, welcome back. Another week. Yay. I'm a little excited because I just had a birthday, and I know a lot of people don't celebrate birthdays. I know some people don't celebrate birthdays because they don't want to acknowledge that they're aging or turning another year older. Although we can always say we are X number of years young, why not? Like, why do we have to grow older? But at the same time, age is just a number, right? Because I'm in my late 40s and I don't feel like I'm in my late 40s. I don't feel like I'm a day over 38, to be honest. Sometimes, though, I still get carded, and that's lovely. Or people will ask me if I'm in school. I love that. I mean, like, which school are they referring to, though? Like continuing education or college? Anyway, I'm going to take a breath here because it's been a whirlwind. And just entering into my birthday, my new year, I entered into this new year with severe dehydration. So, today's episode is about authenticity, and I'm going to share myself authentically with you, as I do every time. And I'm also usually channeling a bit when I'm speaking with you. And I also just want to be honest with you. I am in the Maldives and I love it here. This is my favorite place to be in the world so far. And I was in the Maldives last year for my birthday. And it was wonderful. And the hotel that I stayed at then was really loving and kind and generous with its gifts. And then I came back and I decided to stay in a new hotel for my birthday. And leading up to it, I was experiencing some issues with my lips, um, peeling, cracking, bleeding, and I had not ever experienced that before. Although, yes, I had experienced peeling lips before, um, but the bleeding was new. So, anyway, in my new journey into the new year, I had a very painful night, the night leading into my birthday, and my lips were just on fire. And I am actually right now wearing honey on my lips because that's the only thing that's soothing. But why I'm sharing this with you is because our bodies are always speaking to us. Always. Like for years, I've had peeling lips. I don't think I knew, though, at the time that all this time I was experiencing dehydration to that level because I still drink water, preferably coconut water or watermelon juice. I guess I just wasn't giving myself enough love. And that's part of the conversation today is how are we giving ourselves love? How are we listening to our bodies? Because they're always talking to us. Our bodies are always speaking to us. Like how often, okay, this might be TMI and something you don't want to talk about. Constipation. I know a lot of us go through constipation. What happens when we feel constipated? What do you do when you're feeling constipated? Do you just think, oh crap, literally and figuratively? I cannot strain my body enough to get this out. Sorry, this might be TMI. But think about it. When you're constipated, what is being blocked in your body? Literally. What are we blocking? The liquid? Are we not drinking enough? Maybe. What are we stressed about? What is it that we're thinking about that might lead us to being blocked? Just think about that for a moment because it happens. I feel like everybody at some point in their life is going to experience constipation. This is a universal theme we can all identify with. And what do we do? What do we do for our bodies when that happens? Do you drink prune juice? Do you eat prunes? Do you drink more water? Because I know that whenever I drink more liquid, then I'm good, right? So I just wanted to ask you, what do you do for your body when it's speaking to you in that way? Because our bodies are always speaking to us. And even if you don't like going to the doctor, which I understand, what is a way that you can still listen to your body? And one of the ways that I listen to my body is through my intuition. And when I tuned in, so when my lips were really, really dry and really hurting, and I tuned within, like really listening to myself, putting my hand on my heart, and just asking within, what is this about? The message I received was, I need to go on a juice diet. Like, just drink juice. That's it. But I didn't know until the morning of my birthday when I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I think I'm severely dehydrated. And it never really dawned on me before. It was just kind of like, oh, there's something going on with my lips. It doesn't feel good. Something's not right. So I just want to encourage you that wherever you are in your journey, to listen to your body. I also had this thought this morning after I actually slept a full night last night for the first time in 2 weeks, because I drank a lot of juice yesterday, so my body could relax. I thought this morning about how for years I've had a high threshold for pain. And I wore that like a badge of honor. Like I have a high threshold for pain, and like it's something that I should be proud of. And no, 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 I don't think it's something that I should be proud of anymore. And the reason why is if I had a low threshold for pain, then I would have received the messages of my dehydration sooner. So, for those of you out there who think you're boss because you can take pain like it's nobody's business, think about whether or not that's a good idea. You might have a different feeling about this later because no one wants to be going on a run thinking that they're really, really healthy and then something happens and they're like, I didn't know. It came out of nowhere. Usually it's never a came out of nowhere. We can exercise and eat right, and there could still be issues lingering under the surface, and especially on our skin. Don't you know like the skin changes that we go through? Sometimes we'll go to the dermatolog, what am I saying? The skin doctor. Sometimes my words get a little mixed up because I have had dyslexia in the past. So forgive me if I jumble over my words. I'm also excited to talk with you again this week. So what I want to say is when you go to the skin doctor, sometimes they'll say it's not an issue. They'll do their samples, it's normal. And what happens though when it's not normal? What is the sign that you look for to know, what is going on here? So part of being authentic with others has to start with ourselves first. Like the times when in relationships you have a suspicion about a certain person that doesn't feel right. What do you do with that information? Do you ignore it? Do you hope for the best? Do you walk away? Or do you think, I can win this person over, or I could change them? Just think about the ways in which you feel something and you ignore it, hoping to prove something otherwise. Just like with me, my lips have been peeling for years. This is like embarrassing to admit. And yet, here I am. And you know what? I'm really grateful that I had the severe dehydration so that it could wake me up, so that I will focus more clearly on hydrating myself. Like, what is the blessing in all this? So, when you enter into a situation where you feel a red flag or a discomfort flag of some sort and you ignore it, at some point it will get louder, bigger, more in your face, maybe. And then you'll take the steps that maybe you would have taken at the beginning. But this is how we learn and this is how we grow. And I'm just going to take a quick break here, let this settle in your field, and we'll be right back. Thank you. And we're back. I needed to take a moment to breathe. We all need to breathe. So why don't you join me? Let's breathe together. I invite you to put your hand on your heart. My heart is here. I'm just sitting back in my chair and relaxing. Close your eyes if you like, and just take a few breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth if that feels comfortable. And let's just settle into ourselves. You can let your mind wander and just breathe, but keep your hand on your heart. So it's more like you're listening to you. You're coming in back to you. You're being with yourself. And just keep breathing with your hand on your heart. You can be like, where is she going with this? Is this a meditation? It is what you want it to be. For me, I just like to tune in to ourselves at times. So drop your shoulders, take a breath, feel the rise and fall of your chest or your stomach if you like stomach breathing. Just listen to your body. Relax your body, relax your mind. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. How do you feel? How do you feel when you tune back into you? When you come back home to your heart? I feel like in this busy world, we get lost. Sometimes we just get lost. It's okay though. It's all right. I just offer you this exercise. I call it the grounded in love meditation. It can be a meditation, it doesn't have to be. And also, I want to preface this by saying Meditation is anything where you are listening to you. When you take time and moments to just tune back into you, taking breath, inhale, full exhales, just allowing yourself to relax, come down, dropping your shoulders, closing your eyes, just having a few moments for yourself. I like to walk the beach in the mornings or in the evenings or walking in general. That's my meditation. That's my preferred meditation. Although sometimes I could be just lying in the water, quietly laying, floating in the water on my back, closing my eyes and just letting the water support me and being in a moment of peace. Nothing's really around me. Yeah, the fish are around me. Okay, the fish are around, you know? And it's just a moment for me, and that could be my meditation as well. It could be your meditation. Running could be your meditation. Yoga could be your meditation. There could be a number of ways in which you find you and come back home to you. I like to put my hand on my heart, close my eyes, and take at least 10 breaths. And my mind can wander, it can come back. I could be thinking about something. It doesn't really matter. I could be thinking of my happy place, which tends to be in the Maldives, standing at the water's edge, looking at the beautiful, amazing, clear, tranquil, turquoise blue sea. It's one of the reasons why I keep coming back here. But really, anywhere that is your happy place, you could tune into that. And if you want your mind to wander, just let it wander and breathe. And that is grounding yourself in your own love. That's why I call it the grounded in love meditation. So I invite you to, try it, see if it wants to work for you. If it doesn't work for you, no worries. I just invite you to find something that allows you some peace in your day. So this is coming back to honoring you. Living true to yourself looks like finding the ways that work for you. I share things that work for me. Maybe it'll work for you. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. What are some ways, though, that you can start living true to you? Are you in a job that you love? If no, can you find a job you do love? Can you align your life with your passions? Can you align your life with things that you already like to do as a hobby? This is a way for you to start living in alignment with yourself. For me, when I was younger, I hated writing, hated it. I think it's because in school, when you're forced to do something, well, for me, I think I just never liked rules or laws, even though I never really broke any. I just didn't like them. Like being told what to do was like, I was just a natural rebel, okay? I didn't like to do the things that I was told to do. So I think that in English class, when I was told to write a poem, I said no. I didn't want to do it. Um, any type of basically assignment in school I didn't want to do. It was really hard for me to get on in school to do my lessons. So it was a surprise though when I started to journal or write. I think it's just because I had a lot I wanted to say. I felt like I felt like a victim most of my life until I learned that being a victim is not really conducive to change. So I looked at all the ways then that I could be grateful. Look at all the positives in life. Look at the silver lining. So writing, though, became therapeutic for me as a way of expressing myself into the public domain. Maybe no one would hear me, maybe someone would hear me. And it just kept going. I have journals for decades, and I just keep writing. It's the way that I unload my day. No matter what's going on in my life, when I go to sleep at night, before I go to sleep, I journal. So it's like all the crazy things that I'm thinking about go out from my hand into the pen, into the paper. I get it out of my body. And you might not want to journal. You might think it's lame or boring or stupid or whatever. But if you have a lot of thoughts going on in your mind and you don't know how to calm your mind before you go to sleep, I invite you to give it a try. Just one page, one night. Just see if it helps you in the little bit that it can. And you don't have to write every night, but if you're going through something difficult, maybe that would just help you get it out of your body onto paper and to just calm yourself. So writing for me became like a hobby. It's just the thing that I did. And then I decided again, like I had a blog and then I decided to write more blogs. And the posts, they just come out of me. And I've noticed that when I do that, I feel free. So I just naturally aligned my work to be in alignment with the thing that I already love to do, which is to write. And so if you look at areas of your life where you have hobbies that you love, I would invite you to look at that as a possible opportunity for you to find your purpose that way. You could keep going in the job that you don't like because it pays really well. And then maybe on the side, you can start looking for jobs that are in alignment with your hobbies so that you can transition at some point. And that would help you to live more in tune with yourself. So, this episode has been about, and it is about, you being your authentic self. And how do you know what your authentic self is if you have not been quiet enough with yourself to tune in and feel what it is that you like? Especially if you've been in a relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship because you don't want to be alone, then you might not actually know who you are without being in a relationship. You might not even know who you are without that person. And wouldn't it be maybe as like a fun adventure to go on, to be single for a little while and figure out and remind yourself who you are without somebody, to just really authentically discern, do I like coffee in the mornings, or was that only because my partner was always drinking and told me to drink too? Or maybe you love to travel, but you never travel because your partner doesn't like to travel. But you're here to live your life in the best way possible. And I invite you to continue to look at how can you do that. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back and I'll just share whatever else comes through. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in a moment. Thank you. Hello again and welcome back. I'm Lisa Eve with the Wisdom Channel on Transformation Talk Radio. Thank you for joining me this hour. I was actually intending to only do a 30-minute show, but here we are going longer. And that's why this is the authenticity episode, because I'm honoring what feels natural to come through for me right now. So for this second segment, well, it's actually the third because we had already another break. But anyway, for this next segment, I'm being called to channel, just straight channel messages for you from my spiritual team. And what does that look like? What does that mean? So I'll just do a brief introduction for anyone who doesn't know me, and that could be a lot of you. I started on my spiritual journey in 2004. I took the Hoffman process and I learned all about spirit guides and my higher selves and just a spiritual world that exists beyond just the physical body. And this opened up so much for me because I had always had gifts, if you will. Like I used to be able to hear and see things growing up in my childhood home, like haunted kind of things. So I was always curious from a very young age about ghosts and how to speak with ghosts and how to develop my psychic ability. It was always just a keen interest for me. Again, if it feels like a hobby for you or you have that in your background, you might want to explore that. And so in the Hoffman process, I learned more about myself, and I highly recommend that as a good foundation to learn more about yourself if you're interested. So I have been working with my spiritual team since 2004. I've done a lot of different classes around developing my gifts, especially mediumship and speaking with others. And I also want to let you know, like, we all do have intuition. We have psychic ability. It just depends on what we want to develop within ourselves. We have the ability. You're not special, or, okay, let me rephrase that. You are special, and like whether you can or cannot see, whether you can or cannot hear other things, whether you can or cannot feel or know something for yourself, the gifts are available for you to maybe look into classes if that's something that interests you. And if you want nothing to do with it, I totally understand. Because sometimes what you don't know can be scary, can feel scary. But for me, I just kept following the path. And it felt more in alignment for me than most other things. I have a very strong intuition. And even when men, exes, something like that, would tell me, you're wrong, you are crazy, or even people in my family who've said, like, that's not real or something, like, people will tell you you're crazy or will push back what they don't understand or what they fear. But don't let that stop you from developing your own gifts, is what I want to say. Okay. We are out here and we support you and we love you. So when I work with my team, which is my higher selves, and I know there's more than one, but I have a team, a huge team, and they guide me in my day to day. They usually have things they want me to share with you. So this segment is about bringing through the message. And they're saying you can close your eyes if you want. And I think I'm going to do that for this part. Authentic living is not just about you yourself. It is about the I and the we. How can I live more true to me? How can you live more true to you? The path to peace will continue to unfold before our eyes if we continue to live more true to ourselves. We feel that you have a team. Each and every one of you has a team ready to serve you, ready to help you on your journey. When you look within, it can be simple. It can be as I have shared with you. It can be a private moment where you just take a few breaths to calm your body, your mind, your soul from the constant going of the world that you live in. When you speak from your heart, you will feel an expansion. You will feel expanded in a way that allows you to breathe deeper than you have in the past. Because your body is here to serve you and carry you forward. So you don't want to ignore it or ignore the signs it is telling you, as I have done. Don't be like me. Don't be like Lisa Eve. Don't ignore your body. You can listen. You can feel your body speaking to you all the time, especially when you eat a fiery food. Even if you typically like spicy foods, when you eat spices that cause your eyes to water, or you start coughing or choking, take that as a sign you do not have anything to prove to anyone. And if you feel that you will be feeling guilt because someone made you food and you don't want to be disrespectful by not eating their food, consider this. Your body comes first. They will understand. Just be polite about it. And the same goes for you in all circumstances of your life. When you honor what you like, your life, your feelings, your knowings, you will start to learn and understand yourself better and more. So much so, you will stop the pleasing that you do for others, and you will find yourself again. It is so important right now at this time for you to listen to your body, your soul, your mind in limited ways, and come back home to your hearts. When you listen to your hearts, you will feel good. You will feel excited. You will feel ready. You will feel enlightened. You will feel ready to collaborate with others of like mind and heart. We love the term like-hearted. Lisa Eve started to use this term a few years ago because she really wanted to call in the people who were most aligned with her heart so that she could collaborate with others. This is true. And yet, she still has more work to do to listen to her own heart. So this is an exploration for you. To listen to your heart means to listen to your passions, your path of peace. In this world, it can be difficult to listen to yourself. You are constantly being bombarded by the news, by politics, by other people's opinions about you and others. Gossip is a form of threatening others. I used to gossip. I don't do it anymore. But this is right. Like if you can just tune in to yourself instead of gossiping about others, it will help you. I digress. Speaking from true experience here. Yes, gossiping can threaten another's position. Listen to your own power. What does your own power, your own wisdom want to tell you? What do your guides, your spiritual higher selves, what does your intuition want to tell you? Why aren't you listening, and how can you listen better? When you work with your intuition, it develops like a muscle. You keep on listening to yourself. You keep on feeling the pangs in your gut. You keep on listening to the no's and honoring the yeses. It becomes easier. You've got nothing to lose. If you've already done all the things that would be adverse to your intuition, why would it hurt you to actually listen this time? It's only there to help you navigate this life that you so clearly want to live. And you want to live it peacefully, lovingly. So stop ignoring the signs and the red flags. Listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. Thank you very much for listening. So this is something that we can all do. As we journey into the new world that is constantly expanding and forming before our very eyes, how can you and what are the ways that you can listen more to yourself? It will carry you through peacefully into this new world we're diving into rather quickly. Just wanted to share my heart with you in this not yet full hour. I just wanted to say thank you for either watching live or watching on the replay. I'm really grateful for you to be with me during this time. It is my honor to provide these podcasts. This feels like, for me, my way of service. I have a lot to share, which I do write on thehappychannel.com. And it just feels natural for me to want to share what my higher selves, my spiritual team, my inner wisdom and knowing wants to share with you and the world. It did take me a long time to get here, though. I was scared. I didn't want to put myself out there. And yet, it just feels like my true calling. So, wherever you are on your path is perfect. You will find your way. And if you want a different life, go after it. Go after it now while you have time. And you will always have time as long as you want to live. And you know that we can be alive and not be living fully in the moment. I know you know what I'm talking about. Isn't it time, though, that you actually live, like really live a life you love? Isn't it time for that? Haven't you been prolonging and delaying it long enough? I travel because I love it. And yet, travel is not easy because I've actually been in like a solo and silent retreat with myself for about 20 years or so. I live by myself and I travel alone and I meet people wherever I go. And these bonds sometimes are lifelong, which is amazing. Still, though, I am alone most of the time, or I should say, I am by myself most of the time. I'm never alone, though. We're never alone in this world. There are, well, there are beings all around us all the time. We have our spiritual team, which, okay, in human life forms, we would prefer to have a human to human contact. But I just want to remind you, like, you're never alone. You have your neighbors, you have the people who work in the shops that you go to daily. If you're traveling, there's tons of other travelers around you. Just say something, share yourself. And for me, I just love to travel. But like I said, it's not easy all the time. And I do fumble at times, and I do sometimes become ill when I travel, but I still love it. And I love the people I meet. especially in all the hotels, the lovely hotels I stay at. And I will share, I'm at a beautiful property called Milaidu. I don't even know if I said that right. Milaidu. Milaidu? I do. But beautiful property that has helped me through my dehydration. The staff here is amazing. And I have other places in the Maldives that I love as well. And I will be sharing a post about that soon. And I just want to say, you will find your way. You will find your way, the path to your peace, the path to your love, the path to whatever lights you up, whatever feels good for you. And you deserve that. You deserve the life that you've been dreaming of. Like, okay, I haven't been in the sun for a week just because of my situation, but I am sitting outside in the shade in nature, looking at the waves every day. And even though I felt like crap the day of my birthday, I was so grateful to be here. I was so grateful to be in nature at the sea. So many things to be grateful for. So, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how you're feeling in this moment, there is always something to be grateful for. Even if you're feeling like, why am I on earth? Find your passions, find your hobbies, do the things you love, go back to that. That is the best place for you to start when you feel lost. Go back to your childhood. What was it that you loved to do? Maybe you've forgotten it. Maybe you stopped playing an instrument that you love to play. Go back to what feels like it was home for you at one time. Come back to your heart. You will find your way. Just going to take another quick break and I'll wrap this up. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to wrap up this show. I put my hand on my heart to honor you for joining me this hour and to acknowledge you for being alive. Okay, you are going to make it. Whatever make it is for you, you are going to make it. You are going to love your life. I know it. You will find a way. And I do want to acknowledge something I've said in a previous episode that if you're you are here because you're important, and if you weren't, you wouldn't be here. But in truth, everyone is important. Even the souls that have crossed over, your loved ones are still important. And I'm sorry if I offended anyone by saying that. Even when we die, we're still important. Our souls will live on. We will love one another always at some point again. So thank you so much for joining me this hour. Remember to tune back into yourself on a daily basis if you can. If not, try weekly. And if you'd like to learn more about my work and what I do, because I do a lot, it's at thehappychannel.com, and that's thehappychannel.com. So TheHappy channel. I almost forgot. CHANNEL.com. And I'm also on social media at The Happy Channel. And I was just thinking like, we can do this together or we can do this separate. If you feel like you need to go into a cave to find your own peace and solitude, do that. But, and can you come back out at some point and join us and join the rest of the world? Because, like me, I was hiding out for a long time. And I eventually came back out because I feel like I have something to share, and I know that you have something to share too. Don't keep your message hidden from the world. Be authentic in that you honor yourself and you speak your truth. Stay true to your heart. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode and show. I am Lisa Eve. Thank you for listening to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground, airing every second and fourth Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Remember, self-love is the foundation of your happiness, so take one small step today to nurture your beautiful self. To go deeper on your healing and self-discovery journey, pick up my book, The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness, available now on Amazon. And for daily inspiration and uplifting content, visit thehappychannel.com. Until next time, keep your heart open, walk your path with love, and never forget, you have the power to heal.